Hello everyone, Impiator here. Welcome back to my Newcomer's Guide for Elden Ring. This is part 23. So in the last episode, we tackled some of the northeastern Liurnia stuff, namely the Frenzied Flame Village, as well as the Church of Inhibition. And then we also went over to the King's Realm Ruins to feed the boss over there. So what we're going to be finally doing in this episode is heading to the Raya Lucaria Academy. However, we got a couple of things we want to pick up first. I'm going to go ahead and progress a quest out this way. We're also going to pick up a few items along the way over here, which I meant to pick up in the last episode, but I totally spaced for some reason. Again, I called it out in the episode and then didn't actually end up doing it. So we're going to head to this kind of broken out section here of this bridge. So there's a race over here, and there's also an Ash of War, the Shield Bash. So this one's one of these teleporter enemies, so we're going to sneak over to it, into the grass here, and... Hi. Alright, so now we're going to head along this broken out bridge here. And you might remember in the last episode I pointed out where we're supposed to go, which is basically to utilize a spirit spring to jump up. This is the same one that I called out about the alternative ways to get into the Frenzied Flame Village. So we're going to rest here because Melina wants to talk to us.
Your seamster, Bok. He is all pleased. I'm sure he...
So Bok has now moved over to this position.
Bok ready to make...
Oh, but his story is still awaiting some progress, so still got to do a few things. Otherwise, we're going to follow this path along the side. We don't need to worry about the enemies here. We'll actually be coming back to this place later, so just kind of stay off the side for now. So now we're at the Bellum Church. We've got Ayeda here.
Oh, have you ever heard there? I would truly distant.
She would like a fingerprint grape. And it just so happens that we picked up one in the last episode.
Thank you. May the blessing. I'm sure I'll be.
Over here we got another sacred tier. And we're going to follow this path and go talk to a merchant. I'll go ahead and buy the cookbook. Another notable item that he has is the Bewitching Branch. This allows you to charm enemies, though it does cost FP to use. It's useful in situations where you're against multiple enemies, especially during a boss battle. I happen to like it against Commander Nile. And then the composite bow is actually a really good option too if you are investing more as a quality build. Eventually I'll be buying up everything that these guys have, but for now we're focusing on levels and equipment that we'll actually be utilizing. Alright, so let's head back to the Grace. And we're going to finally enter the eastern entrance here. So go ahead and grab Grace, and despite what you may think, these are not boundaries. We can go right past these. So you'll see a summon sign on the ground over here. We're going to come back for that here in a minute. This is our third golden seed, by the way, so you can get another flask. Okay, so if you want to go over there and get the other flask, do so. However, this fight isn't very difficult. So this is going to have us summoned in to help Yura in his world. So he helped us in our world previously. Now we're going to help him in his. So this is another one of these bloody finger enemies. He has bleed damage, of course, with his weapons. He also has a unique Ash of War, which is that attack right there. And get behind him, give him the backstab. He can also heal himself. And that's going to do it. No more heals for you. So you're going to get the usual Rune Arc and Furl Calling Finger Remedy. Then we're going to get the Ash of War that he had. And if you talk to our friend Yura over here,
Oh, that bloody finger is a token.
going to give you a smithing stone.
Yeah.
He'll talk all about the next phase of his quest, which is someone named Eleonora. Then we're going to go down here. So I'm just going to ignore all the enemies that are down here. There's a whole bunch of wolves down here. A couple items we're going to pick up, though, and a merchant that we're going to put on our map for later.
There's been a, how can
We'll go ahead and buy a cookbook. He's got some of the starting gear, by the way, if you'd like that. Stone sword keys.
have a safe journey?
So you can see the enemy in the distance over there. This is one of these Bloodhound Fang enemies. Bloodhound Knight, actually. We're going to just grab the item and leave. He's not worth the effort that he takes to kill. So the item that we just picked up is a Celestial Dew. This is an item that allows us to basically request absolution. So if you have killed any of the NPCs in the game, or if you have caused any to become hostile, you can basically undo it with that. This does not, however, count for the merchants. The merchants will stay dead, but the other NPCs will come back to life. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and grab our upgrade for our flasks. And we're finally going to enter. So this place is not nearly as large as it seems. It's just very, very spread out. In fact, it'll probably only take us all the rest of this episode and then the rest of the next episode to fully complete it, including both bosses. Yeah, as long as you know where everything is. So we're going to come out here, pick up an item. Magic grease. So welcome party. So off to our right, there's a secret. Come in here for a rune arc. In fact, I don't see a sign here. Let's go ahead and place one. Oh, now the others show up. That's funny. All right, so we're going to get these guys to come our way. So when they start doing this really funny spinning stuff, deal with them immediately or get away from them because they're gonna kill you probably in one hit with that. Dang it, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm trying to fight him. Oh, I hate magicians. Alright, he's dead. So come over here, pick up a golden rune. Got a somber smithing stone over here. And we have a grace. Let's see. We are really close, actually. About 500 off. Let's go ahead and pop a rune, and we'll go ahead and get a level. And we'll do arcane. So this area has basically undead, and when they grab you, they will steal. You'll do damage to you, and they'll also steal some of your FP. So they also will just simply keep respawning out here. So we're just gonna avoid them. So come around here. Pick up the Grace Mimic. We're gonna drop off here. Pick up a dried liver. Then we're going to come down here. Jump. Oh, we missed the item that was there, so drop off here. We're gonna come back up. So drop down, pick up the silver pickled foot. Then we're gonna head over here. Drop off here, pick up a golden rune. And then up here we got a mushroom. Before we go in there, we've got a couple items to pick up. Grab this. Okay. So we're going to drop off here. Go ahead and kill these ones. This is going to get you the Carrion Night Gear. Head up here. Drop off here for a golden rune. And then we're going to finally go in here. So if you're struggling, take this up. Go get, there's actually a, what do you call it? A grace up there. Otherwise, though, we're going to go ahead and deal with this enemy. You might remember this guy from before. We faced like a mini version of him previously. Oh, jeez. That stab is pretty nasty. So pick up the Somber Smithing Stone. We'll get Gravity Well from him as well. So we're going to climb up. Don't worry, we're going to get that a little later. So head in here, grab Grace. Worth mentioning, by the way, once you progress Thops's quest, he's going to be out here once you give him the second key. Otherwise, though, we're going to come into here, kill some enemies. Crystal darts over here. And we're going to climb up here. Off the side here is another golden rune. So kill this guy if you want, I usually do. So we're going to tackle this little section here first, grab some items, go back around, and then we're going to repeat this process to go further down. So I'm just going to run in, grab the items in question, because these guys are going to start rising from the grave. This time we're just going to take this one all the way up, and then I'm going to run across the top here to the next one. Then we're going to be dropping off this section here, or I should say leaping off, because you're going to want to jump off of this ledge instead. So drop off here. Drop off here. And we're going to want to sneak out on this one. So there's an Iron Virgin out here. He's not active currently, but if you move around too much, he will be. So let's grab the items and move on. So this is the Long-Tail Cat Talisman. Probably one of the most useless talismans. It basically makes it so you don't have fall damage. Sounds nice, but it only affects you if the fall damage won't kill you. The fall damage is really strange in this game. Sometimes it feels like it shouldn't kill you, sometimes it feels like it should have killed you. Otherwise, we're going to grab the Lone Ashes, or Lost Ashes of War. Again, these allow us to duplicate Ashes of War. And let's see if we can avoid him going after us. Hey. Wait. He can't climb up here, though, so nothing to worry about there. Otherwise, wait for this to pass, and we're going to head all the way back up this time. All right, so these guys are nothing to snuff at. So they have physical damage, they have buckler shields. They also have kind of a Moonveil sword that they'll bring out occasionally. Otherwise, come down here. Anytime you see a shelf without books on it, unlike these others, it hides a secret. Over here for a chest though first. So out here we got a smithing stone, and then we're gonna drop off here. And this leads to the item that I pointed out earlier. We got a couple of lilies, and then we're gonna head up here. So this is one of several crowns that we're gonna be picking up in this area. All right, so this little section here leading up to the boss is actually pretty irritating. So if you want to sneak through the entire area, you definitely can. I'm going to go ahead and knock out all the enemies, though, to show you how I would do it. So there is one there, one there. There's one in back that you can't see. There's one off to the left there, and then there's also a giant pot off to the left there. So kind of up to you how you want to deal with this. If you've got sleep potions, these might be beneficial for you. You might try that. I'm not going to worry too much about it though, but I am going to try to kill one of these guys real quick. And then I'm going to let them come to me one or two at a time. Once you get far enough, they're going to start trying to come find you. Or they'll stop and turn back around and ignore you. Here they come. All right, there's the giant jar. Probably the most irritating section of this little place. Then we got one more to deal with. Got a new ritual pot. We're going to open up this door, by the way, here in a few minutes. For now, we're going to sneak. I'm going to kill this guy. There are three enemies actually behind us. Interestingly enough, they don't notice us, with the exception of the one, so let's take that opportunity to give these guys some stabs. Okay. So over here we have another secret passageway. So this is the Comet spell. This is sorcery. Very commonplace in these games. Got a stone sword key. And there's a secret over here. We're going to jump over this. Drop down. Now, until I get the item that's over there, these pots don't become active. So I recommend killing the pots first. And there's several more in here. You also can't target them, so they don't seem like they are bad until you try to steal the item in question. Alright, so we got the Graven School Talisman, raises potency of sorceries. Then we got the Comet, which is basically comet magic. Alright, and then heading in here, this is actually the door that we passed up earlier. If you want to go back for your grace, you can go do that. Otherwise, this is going to lead us to the boss. So this is an enemy that's very similar to Sif from Dark Souls. He's a giant wolf, though he's not quite the same size, obviously, as Sif was. But he is pretty fast, and he has a sword in his mouth, so be aware of that. He's susceptible to bleed damage. He has no way to block any of your attacks, so very good to use bleed damage against this boss. He is pretty agile, though, and he also uses some of the glintstone magics, namely the one that shoots multiple crosses at you. So I am going to go ahead and summon in this fight. Certainly not needed, but it'll make your life easier for sure. Now, he does make it a habit of always focusing on you in this fight, so I do recommend having a shield for this fight. that's going to do it. You're gonna get a memory stone for it as well. All right, so we are sitting at about 30 minutes, and this place takes about an hour and 20 minutes to complete, I think. So I think we're going to go a little bit further, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode. So from here, we're going to continue out. We're going to make a right over here. Jump over this. Got a ladder. Broken window. We're going to come in here, make a left. Pick up the crystal bud. So Radigan icon, this is a talisman. Shortens spellcasting time. So deal with them, got a golden rune. Then we're gonna jump over here. I'm gonna sneak and try to backstab our friend here. Alright, so pick up the cracked pot, the living jar shard. So there's another iron virgin out here. We're going to skip going up there for the moment. So there is a stone sword key up here. We're going to try to sneak around to avoid the Iron Virgin. Out here, we're going to make a left. Be safe to start running now. So there's a dude over here. Seems to be alone, but he's not. Another one of those crowns. So over here we got a few enemies. And a golden seed. There's a giant crab who's going to interrupt us over here, so be aware of that. Otherwise, bleed damage works pretty well. Over here for another golden rune. He seems to be stuck on an NPC. Well, I guess we'll go get the item that's over here then. The Glintstone Firefly, we're going to go ahead and make a run for it. We're going to head up here. Sneak. And we can deal with this enemy over here without being interrupted. Okay, so there are 3 magic casters over here. I'm going to basically hold out my shield, and we're going to run for it. Don't you hit me with the book. What? How cool is that? I'm gonna have to watch that footage again. He nailed me mid-air for a huge chunk of my health. That's pretty cool. All right, let's try it again. Also, quite possible I just was not paying attention to my health. That's very, very possible. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen whenever I watch that video. Like, did I lose that much health? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump over here. We'll kill this guy too, I guess. Anyway, we're going to be heading that way next in the episode. However, that's going to be the end of this episode. So we're going to open this up and we're going to head back to the race. So in the next episode, we're going to do the second half of this place. But until then, thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.